Hello. So, what I was going to do is on my Discord page, I have one of the topic sections covers books and ones that might not be included in what's called the Bible, things like that. And one of them is the Gospel of Thomas. So, what I'd like to do is I'll leave a link in the box below, and you can pause now and get that opened up and go with it. Or you can just listen. It's up to you. I'm also going to start a drawing in the background, which is nothing more than the idea of a an open space, an open mind, a mind at peace within this place. Then a trap is presented, okay? A box, all right? A puzzle box. Think of like the Hellraiser. And you want to know what's in the box. Well, once that then box, and you'll see it in the picture, is drawn on the ground, the box then is activated in the spiritual idea or the mind, your mind. The idea becomes fully formed in the mind first. It becomes something identifiable, something you can walk towards. Thus, then the body physically then gets re-engaged, and you'll see this in the drawing as well, gets re-engaged to thus finish that push forward, meaning that you're fully engaged. So your mind's engaged first. It colors your perception, or your body then reacts to that colored perception. All right. So with that in mind, then of course I bring in a tree. That tree is of course the covering of Christ, which then lets you know that you are not to be part of that world, and that there is a stone, a grave stone presented, a space, an exit, which says rest in peace. Rest in peace, meaning rest in the peace of Christ with your peace of mind, because you were given the mind of Christ, called the Comforter, for a reason. So then you escape that as well. Okay? So you're fully out of that system. So you see, it's going to be a multiple layer. I call it a destruction art, only in that if you don't see it drawn, if a picture's not taken of each step, uh, that step is then hidden beneath the next steps. All right, so that's why I call it that, because everything, every second, every time we spend together, all time we spend together is destructive, meaning that we don't get it back. Right, so that is why you always have to make sure that the time you spend, you do it with purpose, meaning take away from it. If something is presented to you, stop, examine it, prove it, and then either discard it or accept it. But then you must, if you accept it as a truth, you must then, your next step must have that as its foundation as well. You can't keep forgetting things. All right. So moving forward, I'll just start with the first eight. And the first is, whoever finds the interpretations of these sayings will not experience death. Fact. Any more would just complicate it. All right. You are free. You are given the Comforter. You are given true life. You are given the living water that never ceases. All right. So two, let him who seeks continue seeking until he finds. When he finds, he will become troubled. When he becomes troubled, he will become astonished. And he will rule over all. You better believe that. Huh? Everything becomes, like I told you before, it all is beneath your feet. Right? There's nothing to worry about. You're walking on that water, that cube. Remember I told you about the cube. Never forget this. The cube. Hold out your hand. Look at it. Examine it. You see now an imaginary sugar cube appear. How many sides does it have? 6? Yes. How many corners? 8. The idea of the 68. All right. What happens when that system gets turned on its head or upside down? It becomes the 86th system. It becomes one that is then tossed out. All right. What is within that 6 and 8 but the 7, or the mind, or the Zion? Your mind, your captured mind. All right. It gets slingshotted up into a spiritual realm, which you do not belong. All right. You get cast into that net, which you do not belong. Now imagine, if you will, a net falling over you. Now push up. Do you feel it? It's hard to get out of. You don't know which way to go. But that was brought upon by yourself, by fallen concern. All right? You will rule over all of that. All right. So 3. Yeah. If those who lead you say, "See, the kingdom is in the sky," then the birds of the sky will precede you. If they say to you, "It is in the sea," then the fish will precede you. Rather, the kingdom is inside of you and outside of you. When you come to know yourselves, then you will become known, and you will realize that it is you who are the sons of the living Father. But if you will not know yourselves, you dwell in poverty, and it is you who are that poverty. That is because you will not let your ego die. You must die to this world. You will return to your Father naked. Meaning, put all that stuff you think you know aside, because you don't know anything real. You will be presented at the end with nothing to show for yourself. 4. The man old in days will not hesitate to ask a small child 7 days old. Remember 7, the cycle, the idea of the mind, about the place of life, and he will live. For many who are first will become last, and they will become one and the same. All right? That is because everybody strives for this material perfection. The idea of material perfection is the car, the house, the this, the that, the other thing. They completely forget that spiritually they are bankrupt. They are in poverty. Okay? They will become last spiritually, although that they think they're flying high here. They are doing their best Icarus, materially speaking. All right? But then you ask the baby, how do you ask the baby? It can't speak, but you can look. The baby is in need. Without its father, it will I won't say it. So you know that you need your Father. You need your Creator. You know that. So then why do you fight that? Recognize what is in your sight, and that which is hidden from you will become plain to you. For there is nothing hidden which will not become manifest. Stop pretending that this is hard to get to. It is a place simply one step in front of you, but you must be willing to take it. All right, 6. Now 6 is the idea always. It does not matter what I'm talking about. 6 always brings you into like a confinement. All right. Do you want, this is disciples asking, do you want us to fast? How shall we pray? Shall we give alms? What diet shall we observe? Do not tell lies, and do not do what you hate. For all things are plain in the sight of heaven. For nothing hidden will not become manifest, and nothing covered will remain without being uncovered. That is, do not let any man judge you in your eat and or drink. If they do, they are speaking doctrines of the demons and devils. They are liars at that point. They are not speaking the truth of God, because they are going against your meat and or your drink. because it does not defile a man what goes into his mouth, but what comes out. It is the tone that you put into this place that you will be remembered for. All right? Because remember, I told you that you will rule over all of this. All right? So then moving forward, 7, this is the mind. Remember, blessed is the lion which becomes man when consumed by man. And cursed is the man whom the lion consumes, and the lion becomes man. Back to the beginning. Blessed is the lion. That's the born lion. That's everybody. That's every man, woman, and child who is then knows themselves and know that they're a liar. All right? All right? So blessed is the lion which becomes man. Because you became a man of God, you became forgiven. All right? You became one with Christ. You became a friend of Christ. You became a son of your Father. All right? Through Christ. Through Jesus Christ, you were saved. All right? When consumed by man. Right? That is now then what happens to you. Once that happens, you are then consumed by man. Man then comes after you as you are acting as if you are the liar. Because you are spreading the light. You are showing the light of Christ. So then man will try to consume you. Because you became a man. And what is called man here will then try to consume you. What I call it the who man. The who man. They will then try to consume you because you are a true man of your Creator. You are a true woman of your Creator, of your Father in heaven. And you will stand and walk, and you will work, and you will appreciate that, or you will not. Again, all of that is known. All right. So the man, and this is the one who knows. This is you. This is you taking responsibility. The man, the woman, is like a wise fisherman who cast his net into the sea and drew it up from the sea full of small fish. Among them, the wise fisherman found a fine large fish. He threw back all the small fish back into the sea and chose the large fish without difficulty. Whoever has ears to hear, let him hear. That is the reason why you have something of value. You have just been offered something of value, which all the little small ones, although they are abundant, can never add up to this one of value, this one truth, the only truth that matters, that you are saved through Jesus Christ and you are returned to the Father. You are reborn into the Spirit and you are given the Comforter. And you rule over all.